Big Mama here, also known as Half Butt, let me rip off most of her wool. Rip off is a strong word. I held it and she ran away. Did it a couple more times, and now all she's got is a little patch on her back. Most of it wasn't really attached anyway. And look at her. Mostly hairless. Looking great. It only took, oh golly, pretty much all year to make that happen. I had to shave Big Daddy. And his son here, Finn, is not doing too great himself. He won't let me grab him. It's easy. Maybe if he's feeding. Oh, let's find out. A little bit. That one's pretty attached. Not as happy. Not as happy. They keep getting out. They're out most of the day today, and I put them in this morning. It's now well into the evening. They spent a great portion of the day under the deck, I suspect. Not sure where they're getting out at. All the gates seem closed. They were in our hardened paddock last night, and that lasted, I don't know, a couple hours at least. And then they came and bought at our window. Little Pretty's lost almost all her hair, or fur, wool. She still got her hair. They are hair sheep. It's just that we're still getting down to, was it going to be like 50 tonight? Fahrenheit. They do have, even when it's up in the, it was in the 80s today, we have pretty big swings, so they try to stay warm. But we're hoping for better shedding characteristics out of our full-blood Katahdin, the white one right there, and then the St. Croix we have in the other paddock. Our Dorper, meh, not much of a shedder. We've also noticed with the hair sheep, their lamb coat. So like this guy that's in front here, this is his first year. He was born this year. He's not going to shed this year. Next year, he's going to have a hard time shedding. But when he does finally shed, he'll get that lamb coat off and that next year's coat, and then he'll be very much more like Half Butt and Little Pretty, who shed much better. This is their second full shed. Yeah, so they were born in early 2020, and it's 2022 now. So they went through last summer, shed a little bit, but not enough, and then this summer they shed all of the wool from last year and their lamb coat. And then they'll shed more every year. Our black belly from before, who's not around any longer, she was older and she shed just fine and had a similar characteristic. I don't know if that's common amongst all hair sheep or just the ones we have, but that first shedding season is not great. They'll shed most of their wool, but not all of it. You can see Finn over there, where they've shed things underneath, but they'll still have a hefty blanket on top. And that's fairly typical for our sheep. And then the next year, they'll shed like hard to see. Little Pretty sticking her butt out there, the brown one. And then Big Mama's over here next to our Dorper. Our Dorper's also a year old, so I'm hoping that next year she sheds that blanket on top of her as well. She will not let me grab it. Um, but there she goes. Finally gave up her winter blanket. As we're coming to the end of summer, it's mid-August now. It's only gonna get cooler. That's my little one talking. Meanwhile, we've got horse flies causing quite a ruckus. We use Python to keep the ticks and flies away, but we only put it on a couple times a year, maybe 3 times a year. We're coming up on time to do it again. Get it in there before the season gets too much. Got one of our ram lambs this year, checking us out. He's a pretty guy, handsome devil. Got another one. Not a fan of the flies either. He's more of a fluffy guy. I don't know. Hopefully they stay in tonight, or they show me where they're getting out. I just ordered a solar camera I can put up to keep an eye on the sheep. Hopefully that'll help me find out where they're getting out and find out what's going on. Maybe I'll get some video out of it. Who knows? What I'm really interested to see is where are they going? I know there's some spots that aren't great. They have like barbed wire in front. I have a bucket that if they get through there, I'd see it. They'd knock stuff over. I don't know. Last night, or this morning, I put them back in the new paddock with the electric fence, and it was hitting hot. They seem to have gotten out of that pretty quickly. I'm not sure how, but they did. Yeah. Yeah. You look like you're going to be pulled. Maybe tiny little horns. I don't know. We'll see. You might end up being a breeder. I like the way your fur looks. Though I would prefer more black belly characteristics in general. We're losing some of that in our flock. Yes. Hey, Dot. How's your wool? It looks really loose right there. But I could just tug it off. Just grab it and she runs away. Comes off. It is what it is. But this lady, look how big she is. She's got a belly on her. We're gonna get lambs before winter, I think. Before winter. In winter. I'm thinking November. I have to look at the calendar, see when she bred. She's getting pretty big. But she could get a lot bigger. Maybe October. Who knows? The rest of them are over there with my little one. Alright, well, that's that.